Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Hopefully it's not been too long since you've been here, and I apologize about getting a lot of product videos out. We've been putting out some install videos because we've been rather busy, but that's why the product videos have been a little delayed. But we're going to bring one to you today, and this is the SoundOff 24-inch nRoads mid-size light bar. These have been out for a while, so not really anything brand new, but we wanted to go over it today because we've actually sold quite a few over the last few years, and I think there's a lot of customers that just really don't know about the level of technology that's in this bar, as well as all the options that are actually available. And so we want to go over that a little bit today. And I'm just going to dive right in. So this is a 24-inch bar. This bar is also available in a 17-inch model. So if you just imagine taking out the center section and then squishing it together, that would be a 17-inch version. In a 24, which is what this one is, you have 3 forward-facing light heads, 3 rearward-facing, and then 1 light head on either end. The light bar is available in a magnet mount, a permanent mount, or headache rack mounts are available, and there are channels that run here in the base of the bar that coincide with the mounting brackets that are available. And of course, because it's SoundOff, these are available in single, dual, or tricolor. Along with single, dual, or tricolor, these bars offer multiple different modes. So you've actually got a lot of technology sitting right here. I'm going to dive into that in just one second, but to go back to how well this bar is built, full aluminum base, very durable hard plastic ends and corners, and these straps just kind of help tie everything together. And the dome itself is a very, very hard polycarbonate, very hard plastic, but it also has a UV coating on it that's going to help against any sun fading that could happen. Of course, made in America, 5-year no-hassle warranty that's on the light bar, meets all relevant, safety certifications, Class 1 certified, blah, 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 etc. So no issue there at all. 43 different flash patterns that are built in. Of course, syncability with, let's say you had 2 of these and they were going on a fire truck or a dump truck or something, they would, of course, sync with each other. Hardwire or cigarette lighter plug is available, relevant to how you choose to set it up and what you order. But this is where I want to circle back. So because of all the technology that's in this light bar, there's no way that if you had a magnet mount cigarette lighter plug, and let's say this was dual color, I don't know, amber white, there's no way with a cigarette lighter plug that you could capture or utilize all the options and technology that is built into that bar. Your cigarette lighter plug is going to give you 2 switches, on, off, and a momentary switch to change the flash pattern, which is great, but there's so much more in this bar that you just cannot utilize with a cigarette lighter plug. So what SoundOff did is they came out with this little controller, and it's actually pretty cool, and believe it or not, there's a lot of technology in this controller as well. So let me spin the camera around here and we'll kind of zoom in. This controller is available as an add-on, as an extra. It's a small kind of just little plastic box, if you will. It's got about a 2-foot cord on it, and the 2-foot cord has a cigarette lighter plug on the end of it. So that's how it gets its power. But there is actually a lot of technology built into this little box. And one of the things that can be programmed, or one of the options that can be programmed into it, is what you see right now. It's actually on, but one of the options is the backlighting. So you can choose to have the backlighting on as soon as you plug the cigarette lighter plug into the outlet, or in this case, what we did is we changed the setting to where it is, it's only on for 10 seconds and then it goes off. So your backlighting is not staying on the buttons all the time. However, if we activate a button, it immediately does what it's supposed to do. We turn it off, it'll stay on for 10 seconds, and then all our buttons will deactivate and they'll go off. So the buttons, obviously, as you can see, are red until they activate. Once they activate, they turn green. So this is a cool little deal. When you have this little box, you are now able to utilize a lot more of the technology that is in this light bar. And if you think about it, you've basically got 4 modes that are going to be accessible to you now because of having 4 buttons. 4 modes, 4 colors, 4 flash patterns, however you want to break it down. I call it 4 modes. And that's how we actually set up this bar. So this bar is dual color amber white. And so you just saw it. This one is flashing amber and white on button 1. This light bar is extremely intense, and there's, of course, even in 4K, there's no way that it is going to come across that way. So we're just going to shoot it kind of from this angle. That way you can kind of see what the flash patterns are doing, but take my word for it, it is extremely bright. So that's how we set up that flash pattern. And again, you can set up, there's 43 different flash patterns to choose from. We just chose that one for the first mode. So the first mode is dual color amber white. The second mode, we wanted to set up just amber only. So we just picked an amber only flash pattern. You know, maybe it's for nighttime use, or maybe it's snowing, or it's foggy out, and you really don't want all that white flashing. No big deal. By the way, these are really soft touch buttons too. It doesn't, I mean, the effort to press the button is extremely minimal. Button number 3, of course, you have to have cruise mode. And we like cruise mode at full intensity. So there you go. And that's all the way around. Again, you don't have to do that if you wanted cruise mode just to the front and sides, but nothing to the rear, or just the rear and sides, but nothing to the front. Fully customizable. You do whatever you want to with it. It's all in the programming. The instructions walk you through it. You know, you can't hurt it. You're not going to mess it up. And then, of course, button 4, you got to have flood mode. And same thing with flood mode, just like cruise. You don't have to have it to the front if you don't want to. You don't have to have it to the sides. If you only want it to the rear, it's totally up to you, whatever you want to do. The point of this video is to not only bring you information about the bar, which you may or may not be aware of, but also about the controller, which a lot of people, frankly, are not aware of. We've probably only sold the bar with the controller as an option a handful of times over the last 4 or 5 years that the bar has been out. And I think that there's a disconnect there because the customers are not able to actually benefit from all the technology that's in there in this bar without having access to either a controller like this, which is easy, or they have to order a hardwire bar and go through all the wiring themselves, which is it's not difficult, but it's going to require you to have a controller anyway. You got to have some way to do the wiring. And then there's, the wiring involved and, stuff like that. Some people just don't want to mess with it, even though it's not crazy difficult. But this simplifies your life, and it makes things really easy. Of course, 5-year warranty, no hassle warranty, by the way, 100% made in America. By the way, one last thing we did not mention, or I did not mention, is that this also has an audible recognition. And I failed to turn that on prior to starting the video, but it does have that available too. So not only can you dim the backlighting, you can also change, like we have it here, whether or not the backlighting stays on or it's on a timer, a 10-second deal. Not only do the buttons change between green and red when they're activated, but also the buttons have an audible tone as well. So that's pretty cool. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on here for a simple, small, basic little box. We can pay a lot of money for some other small, little, basic boxes that don't do what this little guy does. So there's kind of a lot going on there. Anyway, long story short, which is way too late for that, definitely check us out on our website and check this bar out. It, of course, is available in a 17-inch, or this is the 24-inch. A lot of folks want that mid-size bar that is not too small, but it's not a full-size bar. And they want to be able to use all the options that they need, but maybe they just can't afford a full-size bar. So this kind of falls right into their wheelhouse. And 24 inch is just a great size. So not too big, not too small. And then when you get into dual and tricolor, you opened up, Pandora's box, especially with a controller like this, to where now you can just start using functions and options and features that you simply just don't have in a single color bar. So I'm Eric. Thanks for watching Tri-State Public Safety's videos and our YouTube channel. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to give us a call at 513-422-5775. And as always, thanks for watching and be safe.